Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. We are going to look at a couple of pairs of made-to-order shoes that I ordered from George Cleverley after I attended a trunk show. And what I want to determine is, were these shoes worth the price I paid for them? The price happens to be 800 British pounds. This shoe is a single monk strap, as you can see, with a cap toe, and it's in a burgundy color. I think the actual color is antique Bordeaux. And I brought up the price because 800 pounds. If you remember the previous video, I purchased this pair of shoes from the George Cleverley website. They were regular price, 550 British pounds. And I happened to get them on sale. So at sales price, then these should have been a pretty awesome steal of a deal at 550, even at 550, but the sale price being even lower. This double monk strap here. So we're gonna look at the details just to compare them, not necessarily toe to toe, but it is just to compare them, just to determine whether the price was worth it. So details on this one. Single monk strap. The biggest thing that's underwhelmed me, I should say, with this shoe is the sole. Let's get closer. As you can see, the sole, it's pretty standard. It does have a closed channel stitching. The toe plate was added at the factory as I requested. But it's pretty flat, not very narrow in the waist. Nothing, no beveling along the edge of the sole. It's cut pretty square. Compare that to the Mark, which has more of a, or closer to a fiddleback type waist, is narrow, and some beveling here along the side is cut. There we go. It's cut, beveled there on the side of the sole. Now, the stitch density, let's flip these around, of the Jonathan is more than the Mark. You'll be able to see that. And the fudging, let's do it like this. There we go. The stitch density, this is the Mark. I have this camera on the opposite side of the table, so it's a little hard trying to figure out which way to move this shoe. Trying something different this time. Anyway, there you go. You can see along here the stitch density, and this one doesn't have fudging. It just has the stitching, whereas the Jonathan actually has fudging. All right. So yeah, the biggest thing is the sole work. So at $550 regular price, I'd say this shoe is looking better than this shoe. This shoe, when I took it to the cobbler to have the toe plate installed, I actually took this shoe as well as a pair of Cobbler Union Adelaides at the same time. And this Mark model stood out to the cobbler, and he mentioned how nice a shoe this was. It's well built and it looks aesthetically pleasing. This one, not so much. Now, part of this may be my fault because I ordered a burgundy color and not remembering that I already had a burgundy color shoe in the works. I didn't have them yet, but they were ordered. And this is the Justin Fitzpatrick Fauntleroy's single monk strap cap toe, even though the monk strap is a different style, but it is basically a single monk cap toe burgundy shoe. So I'm just underwhelmed by this shoe. It is a nice color. It just doesn't pop for me. Now let's move on to the second pair. Second pair is this. This is the Barry boot. And again, monk strap. Now this one is a little more, has a little more flair for me and does it a little bit better for me. So I like the color. This is in chestnut. And you can see the toe shape there. It's a little more narrow toe shape than those Jonathans. And I just like the design and the look of the boot. So I'm much more pleased with this boot than those Jonathan shoes. Now, I actually tried on these shoes, and if you stay through the video, you'll be able to see me wearing the shoes, or I'll give you a look at what they look like being worn. I can say that this Jonathan is the most comfortable shoe of the shoes on the table that I've mentioned. This one is the most comfortable. I like to put a shoe on and it's like you're wearing nothing. That's what this feels like. You know, you don't notice certain things. You don't know your toe being squeezed, or you don't notice the heel slip, or if it's too loose, and that's that sort of stuff. This one fits perfectly. I love it. The boot fits fine. I just wish that the back here, right as the shaft starts, if it would have been curved in a little more so that this part could hug my ankle a little more. I would have preferred that. Or if the strap was able to pull the shaft tighter, I would have liked that. Other than that, these fit fine as well. But the biggest thing I like about this shoe is the color and the style, because as you can see, it still has that sort of plain type sole on it, as well as the Jonathan. Now, if you guys have any experience with the made to order program from George Cleverley, if you can give me some insight on what I should have expected, or what I could have done better, please feel free to leave a comment and let me know down below. That way I won't feel so bad, hopefully, about making the purchase, having buyer's remorse almost, at paying that much for those shoes, and I'm not, that happy about them. So anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. Again, stay tuned for what they look like, and we will see you on the next one. I think I will, one of you mentioned that you would like to see the shoes being worn, so I'll try to do that in future videos. And I probably will be doing a collection update. And what I'll do is, as I point out each shoe, just give a shot of what they look like being worn. So stay tuned for that. Until then, take care. We'll see you on the next one, and God bless. Okay, guys, first up we have the Barry's And like I said, I love the way these look, love the color. My only concern is the heel height, and that's because my shoes tend to wear out on the outside edge of the heel more than anything. This is them with jeans. Now coming up, same shoe with pants or trousers. And I'm pulling up the leg to show you the gap, but you can't really make it out in the back, which it's not too bad. I just wish it had a little more curvature so that it could lock my heel in a little bit better. And here are the Jonathans. Same deal with the heel height. This is them with jeans on. You know, looking at them, I actually like the way they look. I like the color. You know, they're fine shoes. My only issue is the price. And here they are again. You know, I brought up when I was making the video, I brought up the biggest difference between them and the Mark being the sole, which I know that's the bottom of the shoe. It's barely going to be seen, but you know, when you're paying premium price, you expect some premium finishes. And last but not least, we have the Mark. And you can see the heel height of these compared to the others. The other two, they have a more conservative look to them or design to them, whereas these certainly have more character, even though these would be considered the more casual shoe. And that will do it, guys. Let me know what you think.